So, I am done talking about the carbohydrates. I'll discuss now lipids. What are lipids? The lipids constitute a very important heterogeneous group of organic substances in plant and animal tissues, and related either actually or potentially to the fatty acids. Chemically, they are various types of esters of different alcohols. In addition to alcohol and fatty acids, some of the lipids may contain phosphoric acid, nitrogenous base, and carbohydrates. According to Bloor, lipids are compounds having the following characteristics. First, they are insoluble in water. Second, solubility in one or more organic solvents such as either chloroform, benzene, acetone, etc., so-called fat solvents. Third, some relationship to the fatty acids as esters, either actual or potential. And the last, possibility of utilization by living organism. The chemistry of biomolecules. Thus, lipids include fats, oils, waxes, and related compounds. An oil is a lipid which is liquid at ordinary temperature. Distinction between fats and oils is a purely physical one. Chemically, they are all esters of glycerol with higher fatty acids. Biomedical importance of lipids. Lipids are important dietary constituent and acts as fuel in the body. In some aspects, lipid is even superior to carbohydrates as a raw material for combustion, since it yields more energy per gram. It can be stored in the body in almost unlimited amount in contrast to carbohydrates. Some deposits of lipids may exert an insulating effect in the body, while lipids around internal organs like kidney may provide padding and protect the organs. Building materials. Breakdown products of fats can be utilized for building biological active materials. Lipids supply so-called essential fatty acids which cannot be synthesized in the body and are essential in the diet for normal health and growth. The nervous system is particularly rich in lipids, especially certain types, and are essential for proper functioning. Some vitamins like A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble, hence lipid is necessary for these vitamins. Lipoproteins and phospholipids are important constituents of many natural membranes such as cell walls and cell organelles like mitochondrion. Lipoproteins are also carriers of triglycerides, cholesterol, and PL in the body. Classification of lipids. Bloor's classification is generally adopted with a few modifications as follows. First, simple lipids is store of fatty acids with various alcohols, that is, neutral fats or triacylglycerol. These are triesters of fatty acids with glycerol. B. Waxes are esters of fatty acids with higher monohydroxyaliphatic alcohols. True waxes are esters of higher fatty acids with cytol alcohol or other higher straight-chain alcohols. Cholesterol esters are ester of fatty acids with cholesterol. Vitamin A and vitamin D esters are palmitic or stearic acids esters of vitamin A or vitamin D respectively. Second, compound lipids ester of fatty acids containing groups other than and in addition to an alcohol and fatty acids. A. Phospholipids. They are substituted fats containing in addition to fatty acid and glycerol, a phosphoric acid residue, a nitrogenous base, and then other substituents. Example, phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylethanolamine, phosphatidylinositols, phosphatidylserine, plasmalogens, sphingomyelins, glycolipids, glycolipids, lipids containing carbohydrates, moiety are called glycolipids. Third, derived lipids, derivatives obtained by hydrolysis of those which still possesses the general characteristics of lipids. A. Fatty acids may be saturated, unsaturated, or cyclic. B. Monoglycerides, diglycerides. C. Alcohols. 4. Miscellaneous. Aliphatic hydrocarbons include isoctadecane found in liver fat and certain hydrocarbons found in beeswax and plant waxes, that is, carotenoids. Squalene is a hydrocarbon found in shark and mammalian liver and in human sebum, vitamins E and K. Fatty acids, it may be defined as an organic acid that occurs in a natural triglyceride and monocarboxylic acid ranging in length from C4 to about 24 carbon atoms. Fatty acids are obtained from hydrolysis of fats. Types of fatty acids. This may be saturated fatty acids, those are which contain no double bonds, and unsaturated fatty acids which contains one or more double bonds. Essential fatty acids, 3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, linoleic acid and arachidonidic acid are called essential fatty acids. They cannot be synthesized in the body and must be provided in the diet. Lack of essential fatty acids in the diet can produce growth retardation and other deficiency manifestation symptoms. Which essential fatty acid is important? Linoleic acid is most important as arachidonic acid can be synthesized from linoleic acid by a three-stage reaction by addition acetyl pyridoxal phosphate is necessary for this conversion. Biologically, arachidonic acid is very important as it is precursor from which prostaglandins and leukotrienes are synthesized in the body. Why essential fatty acid cannot be synthesized? Introduction of additional double bonds in unsaturated fatty acid is limited to the area between the carboxylic group and the existing double bond, and that is not possible to introduce a double bond between the CH3 group at the opposite end of the molecule and at the first unsaturated linkage. Steroids and sterols. The steroids are often found in association with fat. They may be separated from the fat after the fat is saponified, since they occur in unsaponifiable residue. All of the steroids have a similar cyclic nucleus resembling pinanethrin, to which cyclopentane ring is attached. It is designated as cyclopentanoperihydropinanethrin nucleus. A side chain at position 17 is usual. If the compound has one or more OH group and no carbonyl or carboxyl group, it is called a sterol, and the name terminates in OL. Most important sterol in human body is cholesterol. Cholesterol is the most important sterol in human body. Its molecular formula is C2H4 5OH. Its structural formula is it possesses cyclopentanopirimidine per hydropenanthrin nucleus. Properties of cholesterol. The name cholesterol is derived from the Greek word meaning solid bile. It occurs as a white or faintly yellow, almost odorless, burly leaflets or granules. It is insoluble in water, sparingly soluble in alcohol, and soluble in ether, chloroform, hot alcohol, ethyl acetate, and vegetable oils. It easily crystallizes, from which solutions in colorless rhombic plates with one or more characteristic notches in the corner. It is not saponifiable. Its melting point is 147 to 150 degrees Celsius. Since it has an unsaturated bond, it can take up 2 halogen atoms. Phospholipids are compound lipids. They contain, in addition to fatty acids and glycerol or other alcohol, a phosphoric acid residue, nitrogen-containing base, and other substituents. The functions of phospholipids. Phospholipids participate in the lipoprotein complexes, which are thought to constitute the matrix of cell walls and membranes, the myelin shield, and of such structures as mitochondria and microsomes. In this role, phospholipids impart certain physical characteristics: unexpectedly high permeability towards certain nonpolar or hydrophobic molecules, lysis by surface active agents, detergents, bile, salts, etc. Role in enzyme action. Certain enzymes require tightly bound phospholipids for their actions. Example, mitochondrial enzyme system involved in oxidative phosphorylation. Role in blood coagulation. Phospholipids play an essential part in the blood coagulation process, required at the stage of conversion of prothrombin to thrombin by active factor X, and possibly also in the activation of factor 8 by activated factor 9. Platelets provide the chief force of PL, and that part of total lipid contents of the platelets which contribute to intrinsic blood coagulation process is called platelet factor. Role in lipid absorption in intestine. Lithisin lowers the surface tension of water and aids in emulsification of lipid water mixtures, a prerequisite in digestion and absorption of lipids from gastrointestinal tract. Role in transport of lipids from intestines. Exogenous Tg is carried as lipoprotein complex chylomicrons, in which phospholipid takes an active part. Role in transport of lipids from liver. The endogenous Tg is carried from liver to various tissues as lipoprotein complex. Phospholipid is required for the formation of the lipoprotein complex. Role in electron transport. Probably, phospholipid help to couple oxidation with phosphorylation and maintain electron transport enzymes in active conformation and proper relative positions. Lipotropic action of lithisin. Choline acts as a lipotropic agent as it can prevent formation of fatty liver. As lithisin can provide choline, it acts as a lipotropic agent. Ion transportation and secretion. Phospholipids are in some way implicated in the mechanism of secretion is suggested by the observation that phospholipid, especially phosphatidic acid and phosphoinositides turnover is proportional to the rate of secretion of cells liberating such products as hormones, enzymes, mucins, and other proteins. Membrane phospholipids, a source of arachidonic acid. Phospholipids of membrane are hydrolyzed by phospholipase A2 and provide the unsaturated fatty acid arachidonic acid, which is utilized for synthesis of prostaglandins and leukotrienes. The insulation. Phospholipids of myelin sheaths provide the insulation around the nerve fibers. Cofactor. Phospholipids are required as a cofactor for the activity of the enzyme lipoprotein lipase and triglycerol lipase. The role of phosphatidyl inositides metabolin in calcium-dependent hormone action. Some signal must provide communication between the hormone receptor and the plasma membrane and intracellular calcium reservoir. The best candidate appears to be the products of phosphatidyl inositides metabolism. Phosphatidyl inositol 4,5-P2 is hydrolyzed to myo-inositol 1,4,5-P3 and diacylglycerol through the action of the phosphodiesterase. Myo-inositol P3 at 0.1 to 0.4 per liter releases calcium ions from a variety of membrane and organelle preparation.